Kent? Okay, and you are live.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Paradise League Hans grand finale. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by What You Got, and we're in game two. Obviously, not much of a break needed right there. Both teams ready to get back into it, and you made an interesting comment while we're off the air there during the break that so apparently Team Doghouse you would argue is the favorite in the series. I mean, it's only one game, so don't want to take too much away from it, but Doghouse is the favorite, so looking forward to their response.
Yeah, throughout the 5 cycles where the teams battled to get here, Doghouse was, I think, the clear favorite. They have been the most dominant team, I think, for a while now. So I don't think the game one is going to phase them too much. Again, we'll have to wait and see here in game two how they respond. And that's in any sport, a great team always responds to a defeat with something up their sleeve. So I'm looking forward to see what Doghouse brings here to the table in game two.
Well, it's going to be a Magmus opener for Team Tim. So we have that answer so far. What were the bands like? We didn't really address those in the first game, but we got Draconis, Valkyrie, Dr. Repulsor, Forsaken Archer, Tremble, and Sir Bensington going to be banned out. So as far as responses from the last game, I guess you could argue Sir Bensington really the only one technically. That was a different band there.
Yeah, so Snooki banned out the Sir Bensington because Team Tim has first pick, and I think that I don't know if they first picked it last game, but they did get it in the beginning of their draft. So they realized that that's a hero, as I said last game, that both teams like to run a lot. So it's a comfortable pick for both teams. So it makes sense to ban that one away. I'm not sure what that left open because, as you said, we didn't really discuss the bans from last game, but the other 5 bans are more or less all player hero targeted bans. So they're just heroes that these teams play incredibly well. And we know that from watching all of the cycles. So it is really not too much to comment on the bans other than that Sir Bensington that we saw last game.
It might have been Lodestone, to be honest. For some reason, that's standing out to me. Obviously, we see the pick coming out here from the side of Team Doghouse. But either way, they got Lodestone to go with Nymphora. That's a fun combo right there. Moira Torturer on the other side. So things looking pretty clean across the board. Good idea of what they're going to be searching for. A lot of team fight potential, of course, from the side of Team Tim. But yeah, the Nymphora. Let's talk about this Nymphora a little bit.
This hero is this hero is like S tier support hero. This throughout the cycles, we've seen blind band Nymphoras and first pick Nymphoras like all the way through. I mean, this hero she tri-lanes insanely well with her heal. Once she gets like level 2 of the heal pod, you cannot man up in a tri-lane 3v3 because that ability just turns tri-lanes. She has a stun, and then the big thing about the hero is the teleport global presence throughout post laning phase and end game phases of the game. This hero can just rip you apart with coordinated team play. So it's a monster of a support. I love to see it in the game because it means we're gonna have a lot of action and stuff's gonna be happening all over the map. So we'll probably have to keep our eyes peeled for those Nymph TPs. But I look over there at the side of Team Tim, and it's the classic if it ain't broke don't fix it kind of strategy. They basically are running the same thing minus the Magmus is supplementing the rally that they had last game, whereas Doghouse had the Magmus for themselves. But again, Volca plays a really nasty Magmus position 4 just like his rally, so I'm expecting him to be on top of his rotations in the early game stages to get his teammates going with some good farm in the post laning phase. And it's looking pretty good for both sides so far with the drafts.
Yeah, I'm pumped to see this Nymphora. Kind of going off what you were saying, Nymphora is one of those heroes that, in a pub setting, like the theory of what you can potentially do is great, but it feels like it's so hard to execute, right? Especially when you need this communication. If you're not gonna be on the same page as your teammates, that teleport, the stun timing can be like it could just be bad. But in these pro atmospheres, where obviously there's money on the line, and you'd expect these people to be a lot more coordinated, Nymphora, I could certainly see why is considered one, if not the strongest support out there. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing the Nymphora plays, certainly.
Yeah, and then you pair that with a Lodestone who's really good at like nuking out waves really fast with his head smash and rocket drill. He just clears the wave, and then he sits in trees and sets up. And you know, whenever you have a Nymphora, you always want to have those split pushing heroes that can just nuke out the waves and force the enemy team to react, sit on a creep wave, and then you can just pick them off when they go to defend like their towers and whatnot across the map. So
Mhm.
it's a good pairing with the Nymphora. Maybe not to be TPing with the Nymphora, but to kind of set up for the other heroes that they're going to be picking coming up.
Well, speaking of that, the bans have been finished, and now we got them sitting on this third pick. Definitely thinking about it quite a bit. The Gladiator, Gemini, Electrician, Defiler, Adrenaline, and Corrupted Disciple were the following bans to happen there. So now it's going to be 5 more picks remaining, 3 for the side of Doghouse, of course. But yeah, still thinking about this third one quite a bit. Spending that reserve time down to 50 seconds and counting.
Yeah,
Is
these two
there?
picks are very crucial for Doghouse because this is how they're going to start to steer their lineup. They're going to only have 1 pick left after this, and then Team Tim gets to respond with their last 2 picks. So once they've seen 4 out of the 5 heroes from Legion, they can say, "Oh, we know what you're kind of doing now," and we can kind of set up appropriately. So they're on the side of Team Tim now. They are most likely going to be picking 2 solo lane heroes, as we expect that to be. Well, again, they didn't do the tri-lane last game, but that's usually what they do with the Torture, Moira, Magnus. So two strong solo lane heroes or heroes that can be dual laned is what they're going to be looking to pick up. And then we have Wretched Hag and Devourer. So I was actually eyeing the Wretched Hag. It is one of those like very strong picks nowadays that we definitely see get banned out a lot. It brings a lot of team fight presence. It's very strong at scaling, so it's very hard to go late game against Hag because the bats are superior and go through Shrunken, and if you can get Grimoire, Staff, Resto, stuff like that, 1 to 2 Hag ultimates just burns the enemy carry down. So they're probably going to pick up 2 damage dealers, 1 being the Hag and 1 being the final pick once they see Team Tim's full lineup. And the Devo will be a second support for Lilac. I saw him play that. I think it was in Cycle 5. He played a nasty Devourer. I mean, it was nasty. He was hitting blind hooks. They ran it in a defensive tri-lane where I think they had a Shadow Blade, which we saw last game. So it was just very, very good. I'm looking forward to see the Devo this game.
The real question is which Devo skin is he going to use?
Ooh.
There's so many to choose from. So.
Last time I think he used. Oh, now you're making me feel like a fool. I think it was the Gluttony one. So I don't know which one he's gonna use this game, but
as long as it's not the squeaking feet, the clown.
Oh, the clown one? Why are you hating on the clown one, Breaky? That's
because the squeaky feet.
Oh,
that's so annoying.
But that's a reason in itself just to pick that skin.
No, I'm leaving if he picks it.
Oh no, we wouldn't want you to leave. I'll whisper him, don't pick it. But anyway, the last picks for Team Tim were Geomancer and Chronos. So
yeah,
that's interesting, actually. I was not expecting a Geomancer pick. The Chronos makes a lot of sense because they need a damage dealer. I think that means they're going to run a Core Magnus, but we'll have to wait and see how they want to run this. This could be position 3 Magnus now with position 4 Geomancer. It could also just be like a solo lane Geomancer, which wouldn't be out of the question.
God, I'm just looking at this AoE combination, the team fight. Even with just like 2 of the 5 heroes on this Hellborn side, it's going to be a pretty dramatic introduction to these team fights. And you got all 5 potentially could line up one after the other and set up beautiful things. So that's definitely got me excited over here for Team Tim of what they could do with that Chronos carry and the teammates around him. But that final pick, Ravenor going to be happening on the lead side. But real quick, actually, before we get into that, got to, of course, shout out our sponsors. First one being, once again, Community Gaming. This tournament is brought to you by Community Gaming. They run weekly tournaments for Valorant, Super Smash Brothers, Hearthstone, etc. Many games, both traditional and even on the Web3 scene. Community Gaming is an all-in-one platform that helps supercharge events of all levels, from community grassroots to the Tier 1 professional events. It's free to sign up. Definitely check it out, and look forward to many different kind of events happening over there at communitygaming.io. You can join their Discord. Also, Polydoge. Polydoge is a digital currency with one of the most vibrant communities on this powerful Polygon network. It offers a wide variety of fun interactions to its holders in the form of NFTs, apps, airdrops, and access to different DeFi platforms ready to use on Polygon. Experience it for yourself at polydoge.com. Big shout out to our sponsors. Again, this $10,000 prize put on the line wouldn't be possible without them. So there you go. All right, what you got, Ravenor? that final pick. What are we thinking?
Yeah, I'm actually, I am surprised that they went for this kind of melee carry against the Chronos. I mean, they have defensive tools with like the Devour hook. If Devo is always in a good position, he can hook someone out of the Chrono field. They have the Nymphora heal, which can maybe buy some time, but Ravenor, it doesn't scream to me like big Chronos counter. So maybe they're just hoping that they can burst down the Chronos with their heroes, because they do have the Lodestone Hag to remove armor, and then Ravenor, if he's able to ever initiate, he brings the punch with his power overwhelming. I know we've seen Ravenor's power time after time, so I am going to be interested. They're probably going to run the Ravenor tri-lane. It looks like they are running it offensively. So Chronos maybe not the strongest tri-lane hero. Ravenor a little bit more aggressive. He's got the stun and the damage from the Storm Blades. But I am still not sure where we're seeing Geomancer and Magnus go. So we have to wait and see how they buy their items. I think ideally you would want the Geomancer to be the support and the Magnus to be the farmer, the core farmer. And they do not put Imba on the Torture this game, so they are putting it on their mid lane instead. So the Torture is a very flexible hero for Team Tim, as I think they have 3 Torture players. They even run it sometimes on Volca, but not here, of course.
Sure.
So we see Lodestone going to the bottom lane. He will, I think, eventually be against somebody. Maybe the Magnus, who's got boots.
You're talking strategy. I'm focusing on cosmetics here.
Oh, that's good. Cosmetics are fun.
We got the Devo Gluttony. I believe that is the Gluttony skin, right? That we were saying.
Well, the good news is you didn't have to leave because you didn't pick the clown avatar, and I did not whisper him by.
He got the message somehow.
By the way.
I'll say this: the Fat Nymphora is definitely one of my favorite skins in this game.
Oh.
I love this skin. So
I know a lot of people love it,
Dude.
but for some reason I just am not a fan of this skin. I'm sorry to disagree with you.
It's hilarious. All right.
You talked about the squeaky slippers. I mean, this thing's got the wings flapping nonstop.
It can get away with it because it's just hilarious.
4 players up here, by the way, for Team Tim, so they are making a statement. They want to bring down this Ravenor. There's a hook on the Geomancer. If that actually hit the Ravenor, he goes back in, but he's going to go down. If that actually hit the Ravenor, they would have maybe saved him.
To that point, I think that's what he was going for. But Geomancer, whether that was on purpose or not, he blocked the hook and took it himself. So definitely, they did not expect 4 players to be there. Obviously, that's a very sneaky play coming out from Team Doghouse. But it's plays like that definitely set you up to obviously have a good landing phase and ideally translates to a victory in the end. So very well played.
Bloodlust onto Chronos, by the way. That is the... I don't think they would have been sad if, like, maybe the support got it, because then he could get, like, a fast Grave Locket or early boots, but to get the Bloodlust on the carry, I think it's safe to say that's always a good start for your team, especially right when the first creep wave hits. You already have 600 GPM on Chronos, so he could buy some laning phase items here. He could decide on, like, Iron Shield, a power supply for the tri-lane, a Toxin Claw. He could even go early Marchers. He's got all kinds of options now with that abundance of gold that he just got. We see a hook coming in on the Moira, and right away, Doghouse, no fear, brings the fight back to Team Tim. That's what you love to see, is they even it up one to one.
And that's certainly the potential of what a Devo brings, especially in a Traverse's trial lane. Allows you to get that set up on somebody, and in that case happens to be the Moira. And Moira is definitely the best target, right? Because both, especially with Chronos getting level 1 time leap, and then Magnus, of course, has his Lava Surge, so they can both get away, but not Moira, really.
Yeah, definitely a good target for them to aim, as you pointed out. They can't really keep the Moira alive once he's on top of all 3. So Lodestone going to be 1 versus 1 against Geomancer. He had the early creep advantage with Geomancer starting top for the first blood. So I expect Lodestone to do very well down here. And even if this was Geomancer down here from the start, Ozuf is like a notoriously very, very good Lodestone player. I expect big things from him this game. In the mid lane, we have the Torture versus Wretched Hag, which I think is a pretty even matchup. We see Fa on Hag already doing really well. He is 12-5 against 10-0 Torture. But Torture gets his bottle delivered. He's going to get the first rune of the game, being the regeneration. So that will hopefully assist him. with creep kills in the mid lane.
Coming back. How is the mid lane going, by the way? 14-5 Hag as Lodestone. Okay, just taking some pressure down here at the bottom lane. Want to make sure we weren't missing a kill. 15-5 Wretched Hag versus a 10-0 Torturer. So yeah, is the advantage for the Hag. As Fall's going in. Fall wants to kill him. He dodges the stun, the scream, a couple auto attacks. The Regen Rune taken off immediately. Botto charges will keep Torturer alive. So Fall doing a lot of pressure though. Takes some tower hits himself, but still really keeping Torturer at bay.
I gotta say, the big thing for me there is that he makes Torturer use the Regen Rune, and he doesn't allow himself to get spell spam. Top lane, we have an initiation in the tri lane, and I think both sides are gonna hold and any engagement. But yeah, he forced the regen out from Torturer and was able to cancel it, because that regen could have gave him a huge lane advantage if he was able to nuke Hag down repeatedly. So Fa recognized that, and he played that very well to bait that out.
I was actually watching the bottom lane too in a 1 versus 1 while that tops exchange was happening back and forth. Geomancer almost falling to the low, so managed to dodge the rocket drill though to survive. And he has to go all the way back to base, but still, at least he stays alive right there. So game 2 essentially picking up where game 1 left off. Just plenty of action. These teams not afraid to brawl. And speaking of that, Wretched Hag and Torture going at it again. Is Hag gonna go in? I thought for a second he was, but thinks better of it. Has that level 3 Sonar Scream that was coming off cooldown, but decides to play it safe there.
So Lodestone's already almost up to 400 GPM. You compare that to the 150 of Geomancer. That's a very good sign for Doghouse.
Top lane, Moira, got on. The Zeal stun at the last second helps get the kill. The heal also for Devo. Doesn't even need the damage on Kronos.
No timely for 8 seconds. Yeah. They decide not to go for the dive, though, because Magnus had a lava surge.
Hook.
Oh, very, very close. There's a ball lightning, though.
Ball lightning in, but there's the timely from Kronos. So the cooldown coming up just in time. Yeah, if he hits that hook, a different story, but unable to connect that one, a difficult one at that. But man, the forcing blows just continue.
They want to go in here from Team Tim. There's the shard put on the Kronos, and they're going to go for this Devo kill. And here's the Nymph pod coming out, going to look for a counter.
God. That Nymph pod is so good. Not only is it a beautiful heal, but the damage it puts out, the huge turn potential, and they kill the Magnus in the long run as a result. Mid lane, there's just some more exchanging back.
Oh, Devo's going to go down here. But will they be able to get the counter kill? There's a ball lightning up. It's very soon. Nymphora trying to line up the double Zeal stun. He does fall.
And Ravager's just not beefy enough yet. He's still only level 3, of course. Doesn't have that power overwhelming, so not really scaling and can't really do much more damage than that. In fact, might be in trouble still. They're going in for more. TP is coming out from Devo. Devo, not much you can do at that point, though, as Magnus smashes his face in. The heal Zeal stun combo, but there's plenty of support still here. Moira double stun himself with the shards. Kronos.
Oh, he avoided the hook with the lava surge. Great timing from Volca there. Nobody ends up dying behind this tower.
And he's out. I mean, that just kept happening. But I suppose the Hellborn team, Team Tim, they win it in the end, all that exchanging. Although, Magnus is found by Wretched Hag, trying to be sneaky and eventually get out of there. But Hag hunts him down. So Fall is definitely the shining star for the Legion side. How about that? 420 plus gold per minute right now.
Look at the difference between the 2 solo lanes from Doghouse to the 2 solo lanes from Team Tim. We have 380 and 415 GPM as Lodestone might... He's got the head smash up if he wants to channel the Shatterstorm. Oh, but they're baiting this. Geomancer's here. It's going to be a kill on the Torturer, actually. And can he get in range for the head smash? No. Hag takes him out with the Sonar Scream instead.
Let Hag get the kill. Lodestone definitely dying. He's going to do as much damage to head smash on a Magnus. Gets him low. Hag has a blink.
Illusion Rune, which gives him low cooldowns here. He actually misses the Magnus. Geomancer has stunned in 2 seconds. I think he can chase after him, though.
Yeah, he can. Sonar Scream attack, kill.
And actually, the Geomancer is the better kill over the Magnus because he is the farmer, so... Ba is doing a lot of work here in Game 2 early on. Already 480 gold per minute.
And during all of this, Kronos is by himself now, but the top lane is Imbo Boy, so this is a completely different early laning phase than it was at Game 1, favoring Team Doghouse, as everything across the board is going great for them. You really talked about those solo lanes especially, absolutely dominating, and Fall leading the way, 480 gold per minute now. You mentioned the scalability of this Wretched Hag, and it's definitely getting their top lane now. They're going in on a Raver. Team Tim knows they need some kills, and the Crystal Field will make that happen. They take him out, but here comes Hag.
They want the Chronos. They're gonna get him.
Bat blast. Down goes Chronos. They want more, though. Hag is ready in 5 seconds with another blink. Maybe a hook? Yeah, a little too long of a cooldown for now. But they ain't stopping. Why would they? Ball wants more.
Oh, he missed the lava surge.
This is from Magnus. He gets pulled back by the hook as well. The Seal Stun connects. The heal pod eventually going to help finish off Mura. They did take up on Magnus. It is a disaster for Team Tim. Full
disaster for Team Tim. Great TP from the Hag to get all those counter kills.
And then Lodestone's going to get a free tower kill bottom lane. After all that, or he might get it. It's getting okay. The vulnerability, yeah, he's gonna get it here. Well, 5,000 gold lead now, and I mean, I guess top lane ain't gonna stop though. Why would it? Let's just keep the action going. Devo mana centers up and making his life difficult, so at least they kill the Devo. But Chronos, his farm is it's not doing the best right now.
Yeah, and he's not farming the creeps, and they're killing the Devo, which is okay, but it's not good for Chrono specifically. And I don't know if we touched on it, but the bottom tier 1 tower fell to the Legion, so that's going to bump up their golden XP lead by a bit. They're up to 4k, 3k as we approach 9 minutes here. So that is a pretty sizable lead here early on. And we see a large part of that due to the Hag and the Lodestone both doing very, very well.
Anything clutch going to be coming out soon? No, it's still, again, across the board, really not the best farm right now for the Hellborn side, so trying to recover in any which way they can. This Magnus, it's going to be a while before...
Oh, blind hook from Devo! He hits the Chronos. Yikes. Crystal Field connects onto 2. They might try to get return kills here with the mass ports coming in.
Definitely trying. Will they get it? It's a question. They get one, and the answer is yes. Nuki goes down as well. They want more now, and Nymphora's got to get caught a little too fat and slow there. Dude falls, double tap. Gonna be happening for Torturer. So finally something going the way of Team Tim, that is, on the Hellborn side as they get those 3 kills.
They rotated their entire team up there, so while this was going on, they're getting some tower pressure on the mid lane, but they're still rotating 4 players now to mid lane, and this could be some kills onto Doghouse in the mid lane.
All right. No, well, no. Wretched Hag comes in, though, but the Chronos down. Chronos Field down on top of that. Wretched Hag, heal stun as well. The heal heals him up, but Wretched Hag still locked down. The stuns are too much. No BKB yet, of course, and down falls Wretched Hag. Ravenor's gonna go down as well.
Chronos might get ran down with the rod here. Nice good stun from Torturer.
Oh, the heal though! He bursts it immediately and sets up a kill onto the Chronos, who thought he
hit the creep. Unlucky hook there from Devo, and they're all so low on the side of Team Tim. Nymphora, clutch battery. There is no stun from the Magnus, and he might be just fine here. Chain reaction misses. So dude actually makes a nice juke there in the trees.
But you know what? I'm looking at it was upwards of 5,000 gold lead before all that fighting happened. It's down to 1,300. I mean, they are absolutely recovering.
Yeah, that was an insane fight from Team Tim. Torture landed, I think, multiple like double stuns in this fight, and the Chrono Field completely started that fight off very good for them, locking down. I think Ravenor even got caught in there as well as Lodestone, if I'm not mistaken. They took out some key heroes really early on. And Fa also died early on without having... He didn't have Bat Blast up as well, so it was not really a good fight for Doghouse to take, I think, in the first place.
Yeah, if he can specifically hit that Chronos Field on Wretched Hag, then these fights absolutely have the potential to go the way of Team Tim. And he doesn't even necessarily need to kill him in the beginning of it, it just... The way it delays the Hag in the fight, and it really kind of sets up... that whole momentum for the Hellborn team. But okay, top lane. It's been a minute, so another fight's about to break out. Yeah, it's already had 29 hero kills in 12 minutes. That's actually insane. Ravener trying to bait something. Magnus is nearby. Lodestone here though as well. Shatterstorm is ready. I mean, everything's ready essentially.
Geomancer's flanking them with the Geostock.
Trying to get some information. Here comes Torture also roaming in with a Veiled Rod, so we basically are going to have a 5 versus 5, and here we go.
Arcane Vortex.
The Vortex. Chronos Field is down for 5 more seconds. The heal is going to be able to time leap away, so now has it up. Wretched Hag is joining the party, though, as well. So we have a true 5 versus 5.
Bats! They're going to take out the Chronos!
The Bats take out Chronos. Does he have a buyback? He does not, so no buyback from Mima Boy to make something happen despite the loose warrior as well. And now Torture at the tower, just trying to hug it as close as he can. He's dealing some good damage right here. He avoids the hook, but it doesn't matter. Down goes Torture. And it is a big fight for Doghouse, and just like that, now we look at the gold lead again, 7,000. Wow.
Yeah, that was a really good fight from Doghouse. And you were talking about it. The Chronosphere or Chronofield was just about to come up, so Doghouse took this fight with like perfect timing, whereas Team Tim, like, they did not want to take that fight whatsoever, having that big cooldown not available to them. And Hag got a really good kill in the trees. As Devo misses the hook mid lane, they could be in trouble actually if they can catch him maybe with a dig stun. But they're not committing to it, so I think he's gonna just walk away. Or actually, is he? He's gonna run into Magnus here.
Yeah, but is this really gonna work? You have an Nymphora, you have Ravender nearby.
There's a hook.
Devo.
There's a hook ready. He's gonna guess, and unfortunately, nobody's in that area.
And that's smart though, right? Of Team Tim, because that's what I was getting at. They would need to commit quite a bit to try to get that Devo kill, and it might not have been worth it in the end. So. They play the safe route. I mean, you're down 7,000 gold, though. Hey, we've seen that fluctuate before in this game and go back the other way, so certainly still possible. But it really starts with this Chronos needing to get some good farm. He needs his first big item, and he still is a bit of ways from that. Also, something like a Blink on Magnus traditionally would be a key item as well, right? He has about 1,200 gold saved up. Himself. So give them another 3 minutes of no dying. You know, maybe something can happen here. But as I say this,
Devo,
Team Doghouse, they know this too.
He guessed on the hook again. That would have been something if Magnus actually stunned away and went into the hook. But yeah, you're talking about portal key timings. Lodestone, we talked about how he had the great laning stage start. He does have 2 deaths, so he's kind of slowed down from his very, very good lane. But another 400 gold, and he's going to have the first blink of the game. And Magnus, being the second support, it's going to be a little bit harder for him to get his gold, as we have Arcane Vortex up in the top lane, stalling Hag. But Chronos, he has the Chrono Field.
Oh, what's happening? He's going around, and he's trying to hit both of them, trying to get out, survive, letting the teammates do the work, and there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Wombo combo. Why you never want to count out this team.
Is up here, I think. They want to, like, maybe re-engage, but nobody's showing up in the creeps. So yeah, really good AoE team fight, synergy coming in from Team Tim. I think that started off with Magnus and Geomancer lining up their spells together really nicely. They got the Hag and the Devo kills.
34 hero kills in 15 minutes, no big deal.
That is more than 2 per minute, as my math hopefully is correct. So we are on par with the traditional 2 kills per minute ratio.
Whew. But, I mean, obviously that's why you always want to look at much more.
Bottom lane,
than just
Smoke
hero
Devo and Nymphport coming in. He just barely missed the hook. He's going to try to bait this, I think. Oh, but Lowstone actually shows himself. I don't know if he meant to do that.
Are there usually trees here, or are they destroyed?
No, I think that's the way they're supposed to be.
Open. You're right. I thought they were destroyed for a second, so it kind of like got exposed. But no, you're right.
I'm almost a bit surprised that they didn't just try to bait out the Devo, try to get Chronos to maybe use his leap, and then channel up Shatterstorm and go. But unfortunately, the Devo hook missed. That would have been a very good chance of killing the Chronos.
Speaking of Chronos, he has an Alacrity band. So what is that? A Thunderclaw?
Yeah, he's gonna go Thunderclaw and most likely Elder Parasite following it up. It's just a really good duo of items for him to bolster up his attack damage, or sorry, attack speed, and with the lightning procs he can bring people down pretty quickly in the Chrono Fields. And then traditionally you go into like Geobane, stuff like Shrunken Resto later on. So that's gonna be kind of his item route. At least what I expect for him to do.
Magnus has enough for a portal key now.
He sure does, and that's a 17-minute portal key on the second support. That's a great timing from Volca. Time and time again, he always seems to find the farm, even with already having the Grave Locket, the battery, and the Wind Whistle. So he has some build-up items there on top of the portal key as well. It's not like a straight-up portal key with Striders. He's doing very good.
Nymphora's teleport just came off cooldown. I've also been seeing Hag. Faw's been doing a great job stacking his own camps over here in the jungle, taking them out with a Sonar Scream, and keeping up that very efficient farm, nearly 500 gold per minute. And that's already turned into a Gnome's Wisdom, a Sacrificial Stone. And we'll see. Eventually, the Grim Warrior, I'm guessing we'll see.
Yeah, so this is a very traditional Hag build where you get a bunch of build up into a Gnomes, and then you go into the Grimoire. It's going to lower his cooldown for Bat Blast and bulk up the damage. So everything's pretty normal here, I would say. And again, Foss having a great game. He's got 8 kills, almost 500 GPM. It did have a couple of deaths to slow his momentum down slightly. But mid lane, we have Magnus getting taken out here. I think that was a hook starting it off. I did miss it, but great job from Devo to set up a kill. Might be able to get some tower pressure now, as Team Tim was grouped up 4 out of their 5 players down bottom for that tier 1 tower.
Yeah. So, well, that's kind of to that point. It's one of those, all right, so sure we lost our Magnus, but, you know, we were able to just freely push that bottom tower as a result. We're opening up more space for this Chronos and Boy to farm now, so kind of trying to, you know, the cup half full perspective from the side of Team Tim right there, but still a lot of room to make up. 5,300 gold lead remaining for Team Doghouse. They're trying to bait out this lodestone, you can tell once again here in the mid lane, as the top tower will
goes
just
down to
fall to the
creeps.
creep wave.
Yeah, that's big. So you can tell that Team Tim was scared to go up there and defend it. And I think for good reason. We've seen Doghouse kind of in between the middle and top area, pressuring quite a lot. We see Ravenor. He's got the Mighty Blade following up Elder Parasite, so he's going to go straight into Shrunken Head, which I definitely agree with this game. I think it's the right call from Zanuki to go into the early defensive item, going up against this mass chain of stuns from Hellborn. As we see potential fight brewing here in the mid lane, with Geostock spotting out their position with the stock.
Ravener off to the side, farming the jungle. The hook attempt is not
Chronos is
going to
catch
go.
2.
Double Chronos field. The Wretched Act be the key. The heal's not going to be enough. Packs down. And a big opening right now for the Hellborn side. Vortex slowing it down. Wretched Act does have a buyback if he chooses to use it. Magnus stun out though. They did lose one. No, they actually get another into Ravener. They also take out Devo, and now they're chasing out Lodestone as well. He's trying to get away with the Rocket Drill. Nymphora also trying to escape in the mid lane as Lodestone gets out, but 3 kills, no deaths for this Hellborn team. And again, it's the Chronos field. It's specifically the Hag. If they catch the Hag in these Chronos fields, it feels like there's all the chance in the world for this Hellborn team to win these fights.
Breaky, this was a ward of sight placed by the carry himself, Imbaboy. The Chronos places his own ward in his jungle. He spots out both the Ravenor and the Hag. I mean, that was about as perfect as it can get to catch the 2 best heroes from Doghouse in the Chrono field, and they bursted down the Hag right away. That was very, very nice to see coming out from the side of Team Tim there.
Yeah, this Geomancer continues to be slippery, running into a couple in the Legion jungle, and ends up digging away and then using that new portal key of his, so well played. But yeah, and there's the other Parasite.
Let's see who's coming up there. This is only one guy going to be porting. Shatterstorm catches Chronos right away, but they were baiting this.
Yep. Now, they're not going to turn. They're just going to keep Chronos alive, and they'll be happy with that. Hook is going to whiff, so that's, in a sense, a victory for the Hellborn team, really.
Hag is
the jungle.
looking at Geomancer bottom lane. He does use the dig, and he's going to get his PK stopped here. This could be a kill on the Geomancer.
Yeah. Crystal Field. Dodge the ball lightning, but no chance in the end for Taipei.
Very good patience there from Fa. Waits for the dig stun to be used before going in. And, you know, both sides have had great moments this game. It's been very back and forth so far. We actually still see Doghouse in the lead of 4,000 gold and 4,000 XP. But I gotta say, this game feels dead even at the moment.
I'm glad you said it like that. We'll get to that in just a second, because now Lodestone, he's going to be gone on the hook, though, on Chronos, locking him down. No, but the Vortex That's what the Vortex is good for. Kronos Field is ready as well. Nymphora off to the side. We're not going to see the Kronos Field coming out. Not necessary there. They get the free kill on a Devo. There's a Kronos Field on the Lodestone.
Oh, Kronos might go down here.
Kronos in trouble. He has to get out.
I think he rewinded.
And
that was huge.
The
Let's come in though and take him out.
That blast takes him out as mentioned, but now Hag is going to come at a cost with Lincoln away. They need to keep this Hag alive. As Lodestone eventually
Ravenor's going in though on the
Ravenor.
Torture. Unfortunately missed the ball lightning.
Missing that, but with the other Parasite, definitely a threat. However, with the lockdown, no BKB yet, trying to fly away. Nymphora support. Here comes Wretched Hag once again, but the Magma's done to take out the Ravenor, who could not get away in the long run. Moira falls to the Hag, and I think we're finally going to come to a conclusion.
Wow, that was a crazy long team fight. I don't even know who came out on top of this one. I think Team Tim, even though they lost the Kronos, they cut the lead by like 800 gold or so. I think it was once 4K. I think we mentioned it right before the fight.
It was a slight advantage in that sense, yes, for the Hellborn.
Yeah, and I think they maybe got one more hero kill on Hellborn's side. So Torture getting caught mid lane actually, and he's got no assistance here. This is going to be a more or less free kill, and they'll just reset and get out.
Yeah, no teleport even needed. They just simply jumped him. Able to make the kill happen. Are they going to try to steal a Kongor? I just take my high ground.
I don't think that they'll look to do Kongor this early. I don't think Ravenor is maybe the best Kongor killing hero because he deals mostly magic damage with his right clicks, but I think they're just going to be looking to keep bringing the fight to Kronos, or to Team Tim's side rather.
Well, speaking of Kronos, 30 seconds on the Kronos field. So it's fair to say that the Hellborn team is not looking for a fight without the Kronos field being ready. But now in about 20 seconds, it will be. In fact, Boy is TP'd in the mid lane. They do catch Nymphora. Heal, making this take a little
Shatterstorm
longer,
being channeled by Lodestone. I don't know if they actually want to go in here.
Oh! That was awkward, okay. But now the Vortex. And here we go with the return. They all join the party. It's a fiesta. And a double tap.
No.
Ha, 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 ha.
That hook missing onto Magmus allowed him to get off another Lava Surge stun. And the Arcane Vortexes this game from Zane have been very, very good. I don't know if I've seen him have one single bad Arcane Vortex so far this game.
And it's definitely an ability that can be a little awkward to use sometimes, but no, I'm with you there. Zane is, as you would expect, let's be honest, he has been just on point with these Arcane Vortexes. And yeah, there's a reason why ever since this hero was created and introduced to the competitive scene.
Can you believe this guy was a position 3 player? It feels like he was a support player all along. Just playing a very good Moira here in game 2. So Wretched Hag, she continues to just find the farm. She's 570 gold per minute almost, so she just cleared out Ancients. I think she just... Actually, no, she has her Grimoire and already 2,500 gold. Seems like she just keeps pumping out gold out of nowhere.
But what you got? Isn't this... To that point, though, like, I feel like she could even have 800 gold per minute. How much does that matter when you're going up against a Kronos field on the other side?
I mean, to be honest, it does matter a lot because if he's able to get disables, they can still hold the Kronos down. Yeah, I missed that kill. Looks like Torture, I think similar to a couple minutes ago, he just gets caught out maybe by himself.
They just jumped and they blinked in and caught him at the tower, basically. So I don't even know if he was out of position. They just really dove that tower.
They get the tower as well, so the lead's back up to almost 5k. We see the glyph come out here from Team Tim. And Doghouse, they could look to bring the pressure, but, you know, it's a very hard lineup to go high ground against when they have all their ultimates up, because if you commit with a lot of melee heroes on top of like Chronofield, Geomancer Stun, Mega Eruption, all that stuff, it's usually not going to go too well. So I like the decision from Doghouse here to just kind of get the glyph to be used, fall back, bring the pressure, and then just reset, space the map.
Well, again, they have a BKB for Ravenor. Of course, a very good item now, goes without saying. Not going to make himself immune to Kronos build by any means, but a lot of the damage that will come out.
I saw him pick up an Arcana, which means something along the lines of either Hellflower or Twin Blades, and I'm not sure what he's going to do. I personally don't really like Twin Blades on Ravenor, but I have seen people do that. I feel like I would rather just see him go for other damage assistant tools. Again, it could be a Hellflower still, which would make sense, going up against a hero like Kronos and Moira and whatnot. Scorcher gets caught again. I'm always rambling on and I miss kills, so maybe you caught that one. But Bats actually connect on the Geomancer, and he got pushed back up the cliff, but he dies to the Antlor camp. The smallest camp in the game actually did enough damage to bring him down. So Hag got denied a kill. Oh yeah, he's still going to be dead for 40 seconds, but it does deny Hag a kill.
Well, and you know, the biggest thing to me about those two deaths, both of them were by themselves. And this is not this Hellborn team, that just can't be the case. Now, we see an awkward kind of initiation there from Magnus, even the Lava Surge committed, but the hook out from Devo, and Wretched Hag's going to be fine. But we're also going to start seeing more of that throughout this game, too, right? With the Devo sitting back, waiting for a Chronos field, Magnus initiation, or whatever it is, and ideally able to hook his teammate out of those scary situations if need be. So that's certainly one of the big saving graces that this Legion side has in Doghouse.
I love that we're starting to see the tablets come in from Legion, recognizing the positioning kind of team fight that Hellborn has with Kronos specifically. Just being able to have multiple tablets to save each other, as they're going to hook Kronos here. But Arcane Vortex, he's going to try to get in range. Doesn't actually use it just yet. Being very patient.
Huh. I heard the sound come out, but he actually did hold off the cancel cast. Ends up dying. Arcane Vortex not doing the best. This is a defensive Kronos field. Kronos is just running out of here as fast as possible. Torture gonna get split up though. He's cut out.
Geomancer also goes down.
It's just when they're scattered like that, that's obviously that's not to their strength here on this Hellborn side, but certainly all the credit due for Team Doghouse for getting them to be as spread out as they are, taking advantage. And now they're definitely gonna push this mid lane.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about Kronos just used his sphere defensively. That's not what you're going to want to be doing if you're Team Tim. You want to use that for kills, because now Doghouse is feeling very safe to just push this high ground.
Yeah. No, there's literally nothing they can do. The Torturer and Geomancer dead for another 20 seconds. Them jumping in would just result in their death right now, so it's kind of one of those awkward situations. If you kind of just have to wave in the background, be like, yeah, get your tower kills, all right, do your thing.
I was trying to catch here, but Nymph Zeal stuns him up on the Forge there. So they get the racks and they don't lose anybody. This is great momentum now for Doghouse.
Oh, we do see Kronos working on his own Shrunken Head, so that should be ready by the time the fight comes out. You talked about the possibilities here for Snuka and Ravenor, who, by the way, they're doing their own Kongor. It is a Twin Fangs build. Twin Blades, that is.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna, with the Elder, it's gonna give him just the power overwhelming charges built up really fast. In that regard, it's not too bad.
And that's going to be a free Conquer kill now. They're trying to respond on the Hellborn side. Oh, I thought they were doing it themselves, but no, they're just kind of in the area. They just allow for Ancients, but especially seeing that message. But again, if they were to start it now, it'd be just too late. So you just have to accept that Conquer happened, and hopefully they can get theirs later, maybe win a big team fight, and then go do Conquer could be the play.
Oh, Kronos just leaped into this camp. If they actually come over here... Now, he does have the chunk in. Geomancer's getting caught, avoids the ball lightning. 2-man stun from the Magnus, but they are in retreat mode. They're not looking to take this fight.
They need that Kronos field for this fight. They know it, so they're trying to run. Now, Torture gonna get caught out. Oh, it's the savior man syndrome. They just keep trying to save one another, and they die as two.
Where are they gonna go with this? Middle lane. Oh, maybe pick off the guy who defends the creeps? But Lowstone's just gonna show himself here. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Huh. That was interesting. Okay. They are TPing back on the side of Team Tim. And Kronos failed Rots here in the bottom lane. But maybe this is like to defend the Kongor that they think is going on. We see even a ward get put up here. That does not show, I believe, inside the pit though. I could be wrong actually, but as we can see, they're not doing it anyway, so.
Exactly, like what's the point? Why risk it against this Wombo combo team? Even with 3 heroes, that still is somewhat scary, so let's just go do other objectives and keep them at their base, basically. So absolutely, I think the right decision from Team Doghouse. You have a very comfortable lead, so
So while we have a lull moment here, one thing I do want to point out is the fact that Kronos had to go for a shunk in this. Oh, I don't have time to talk. There's a nice hook from Devo, and they're just gonna blast him down, even with. I think he got stormed.
Nope, he stormed the Devo.
Oh, he stormed the Devo. Oh, right, because yeah, okay. No buyback on the Kronos. This is actually a massive kill.
I think we're going game 3 at 1-1 at this point. Yep, there we go. Disconnects already coming out. So GG, well played. That's how it will finish. But really, just credit to Doghouse. They split up. They split up Team Tim quite a bit, especially in the mid game there, and that was absolutely to their advantage. Fall on that Wretched Hag though, 15-3-5, 620 gold per minute. No doubt a standout performance on his part.
Yeah. So Fa had a monster game here on Wretched Hag, but I love seeing Doghouse run the Devour. I told you right out of the pick screen, this is like a wild card pick for Doghouse. Whenever they run this Devo, it just seems to work. At least the last couple of times I've seen it now. And great hooks from Lilac there. We saw when he was able to land them, they were always setting up great team fights for Doghouse. So good response from Doghouse in game 2. They tie up the series. We're tied up 1 game apiece. And this is what we expect from a best of 5 between 2 of the best teams in Han. So I'm excited, and not really too much final thoughts. That was just really well played from Doghouse. They responded great here in game 2.
Well, we got a strong finish here, essentially kind of a bracket reset of sorts, as from a best of 5 to a best of 3, can look at it that way. Either way, it's a 1-1 series here in this best of 5. Looking forward to seeing what Game 3 brings to us. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by What You Got. This is the Paradise League Hans Grand Finale, the finals. Stay tuned.